won. I mean, you are the reason we won. If you go back and look at August 24th, when we counted the votes, we won because of the Panhandle. So thank everybody. Let me promise you, everything, if you've been in business, you know you believe in accountability. Everything I'm saying, I will do everything I can to make sure it happens. And we're going to have a great legislature. And we're going to make sure we fix citizens insurance. We do tort reform. We fix our education system. And we get the state back to work. It's going to happen. Because you're going to have a governor that cares about business people. And you're going to have a lieutenant governor that cares about business people. And you're going to have a legislature that cares about business people. We want private sector jobs. Now, I don't believe you can run for office unless you have a spiritual belief. I mean, my mom, you know, she's here. My mom's Esther, who you might see in a few commercials. She's really nice on those commercials. She was tough. I went to church enough as a child. I never need to go again. It did pay off, but I never did. And she made sure that we worked. I mean, I worked. I started school in public housing. My father had a 6th grade education. He was a war hero in the 82nd Airborne in the Second World War. So I had parents that pushed me to go to church. They pushed me to work. They pushed me to the value of hard work. And only in America can you start life with no money and no connections, and you have every opportunity there is. But if we don't take our country back, this is my wife Ann. We met, her parents moved her to my high school last semester of high school. Something no one ever does. It worked out really well for me. I think she still thinks it worked out well for her. We got married, we've been married 38 years. And we have 2 daughters. Our older daughter, I'm learning how to do these introductions better. Our first daughter, Allison, she lives in Naples with her husband Peter. She works in a media social network company. She's a marketing and PR person now. She's learning cold calling sales because their business is down a little bit. So she's learning that. And her husband has a home automation business. So they're both part of the private sector. Younger daughter, she doesn't want to be called daughter number 2. Yeah, we're a little bit of a competitive family. I don't know where we got that from my mom. But she teaches math and science and other things to children with learning disabilities. And so, everything I'd like to accomplish and everything we're going to accomplish, it starts out with a plan. We have a detailed plan. 7 steps to 700,000 jobs. It's basically run the government like you run a business. Watch how you spend every penny. There's no free money out here. It's either out of your pocket or it's going to be out of your pocket in the future with debt. It's one or the other. There's no free money. Second, really prioritize what we do. Government shouldn't be doing everything. We live in a country of freedom. I want freedom. I don't want to work for the government. I don't want the government to tell me what to do. Our state government has gotten too big. Whenever that happens, it pushes the private sector out. It kills it through regulation, it kills it through taxes. So we're going to freeze regulation, we're going to reduce the size of the state government, and we're going to get rid of regulation that consumers don't need. Because it always costs all of us money as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and telling us what to do more and more. I know one of the issues up here you're dealing with is a septic tank issue. Why would the government be telling us what to do? We know what we ought to be doing. So next we need to have somebody in the governor's mansion that is going to sit and talk to business people every day and say, I want these jobs in Florida. Now let's think about it. Should we be the #1 job creator in the country? You better believe it. Let's think about what we've got going for us. Now remember, we're not competing just with 49 other states. Now people are comfortable investing in Brazil, Panama, China, India. We've got to beat all these other states and these other countries. And how do you do it? We don't have an income tax. That's a big advantage. We're a right-to-work state, a big advantage. We have beautiful weather, a big advantage. We don't want how many people want to freeze? I do. We also have great beaches. Right? Now, what have we hurt ourselves with? Regulation, taxes and fees, and just an environment where it's too hard to start a business. I was talking to a land developer outside Naples, and to build a project just with the land permits, 78 permits before he got to the building permits. 78 permits. How would you ever get started today? You have to be rich. We've made it way too difficult if you don't have money in this country to do well. Next, property taxes. How many people think your property taxes are a little low? We're going to drive property tax rates down by 19%. We're going to phase out the business tax. We're going to make it so people say, if you want to do business in the world, not just in America, the first place you want to think about is Florida. Because, first off, we have the hardest working group of people in this country. People that were born here and grew up here, they're hard working. They don't want to become dependent on somebody else. Those that moved here the last 50 years, they came here because this was the land of opportunity. Not the land of regulation, not the land of taxes, not the land of fees, the land of opportunities, where we can decide on our own what we want out of life. And all of us have the opportunity to live the American dream. So this race, there is an absolute clear choice in the governor's race. It's crystal clear. If you vote for Alex Sink, she likes Obamacare. What do you think? You cut $500 billion out of Medicare. If you're a Medicare recipient, you think that's going to give you more care? Look at all the taxes and new fees under Obamacare. It's going to be the biggest job killer ever in this country. If you now, as people who start to understand it, they start to say, I don't want to hire anybody else. I can't afford it. It's happening all across the state. All right? She said, President Obama's got the right plan to turn around the economy in Florida. What do you think? She said the stimulus created jobs. Only government jobs. And we can't pay for that. She has spending plans that are $12.5 billion. Now, we're walking into a budget deficit. Where does that money come from? Us. How do you do it without raising taxes? You cannot do it without raising taxes. If you look at every plan she has, it's more government. So if you believe in school choice, in her education plan, there's not the word choice one time.